Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all good. Thank you so much for hanging around. I know I missed a video on Saturday. I really have been too poorly to do the voiceover, but I am getting there. I'm a lot better than I was. Okay, if you saw the last video, I fell in love using these rubber stamps alongside the EcoPore from Just For You online. I could not get enough and I knew I wanted to explore it more. If you missed that video, I'll link it above in a card. I just knew I wanted to try this again and I decided that I'm going to add some colours. So we're going with Zen Green, Peacock and Latte. I feel like the latte is going to be such a beautiful calming contrast. Now the rubber stamps are linked below. I had a lot of questions on those. They are from Amazon, and also the Stays On ink is the ink. It is the best ink. Honestly, it works perfectly with your cork background and it works beautifully on EcoPores and it does not smudge when sealed. Okay, now this mould I'm using is my very own DIY mould. I will also link the video here if you missed it. The first thing I'm going to do, as you saw on screen, is to clean the mould using tape, and then I'm going to clean the stamps before putting them on to the mould. And this is what they look like. Just have a play around with your stamps. Guys, I've filled up my Amazon basket. It's ridiculous. I've filled up my Amazon basket with so many stamps. It's criminal. Somebody come get her bank card. Anyway, okay. Back to the mixture. This, as I said in the last video, is 100 grams of powder to 35 grams of water. And because we're doing some designs, I'm not going to mix up too much. So I am literally just going to mix up 100 grams of powder to 35 grams of water. We're not filling the mold up at this point. We're doing similar to what we did in the last video, and that is to create some abstract patterns and abstract just beauty. This is probably one of the most, and it's weird because I'm very similar with epoxy resin. If you've been following me a while, you'll know that when it comes to epoxy resin, I'm a lover of the chuck it all in technique, like throwing so many different elements, almost like mixed media within epoxy resin. And I have to say that I am very similar when it comes to EcoPores. I'm a lover of using lots of different colours, piped designs, splashes, splodges, lines, stripes, dollops, you name it. I'm a lover of that too. So I think this is definitely where my heart feels most happy and definitely where I feel most relaxed. Okay, back to the video. As you saw there, I've mixed up the two. So the one on the left is the latte. The one on the right is a very small amount of the Zen. Now these colours were sent to me by Homeware Design Company. You would have already seen these on my channel. If you've been with me more than a few weeks, you would have already seen these. I will link Homeware Design Company below because honestly, they were sent to me with no obligation to do a video, but I fell in love with them and I'm fully devoted. I am fully invested in Homeware Design Company. Their pigments are unbelievable and a little goes a long way. Okay, I have sped this section up for you because again, this was a process. Now the one thing I will say about this EcoPore by Just For You online, it says in the instructions you have got a 10 to 15 minute work time. They're not lying. They are not lying. I felt so relaxed doing this. It was like, obviously we all know I've been using Jesmonite and I love Jesmonite, you know, but you don't get that long a work time. And if you've seen my videos where I'm doing things like this, I'm literally panicking. I'm like, squeeze that bottle, get it out. There is an element of panic and heart palpitations where I'm just panicking because I know I've only really got a 5-minute window before that product goes off. Whereas I definitely have found with the EcoPore, you get so much longer. That's the luxury of this. There's definitely an advantage to that. But I will say, guys, oh my gosh, I'm so obsessed. I am so obsessed with the results from this video. I went straight away, this was all last week by the way, I went straight away and I filmed another video because I couldn't stop. Sometimes I do something and it just grabs all of my attention. It really consumes me and I can't move past it until I've tried all of the things. And this is definitely one of those. I also think it's a combination of these colours because these colours make my soul happy and they make my heart sing. So after the results of this video, I knew I wanted to try more and I did. So obviously tonight is Monday. Hi everyone who's in the live chat. I appreciate you all for being here. So Wednesday's video is yet another, but we are taking it up a level. So please hang around and check out Wednesday's video as well. Because honestly, if I could marry a project, I would marry these. I'm just so in love, so in love. And you guys know me, I love the freedom. I don't like rules. I love the freedom of all of this. So yeah, as you've been seeing on the screen, I'm literally just laying it down, creating lines, zigzags. I used some in squeezy bottles, splodged it on, dipped it on, dabbed it on. But here I'm actually squeezing the rest of the product out of the bottles. This is creating like a splash effect, like a splatter. Kind of love it. It's almost like when you get to the end of the ketchup bottle and you squeeze it and it just goes everywhere. I was kind of looking for that, so I decided I will use up every single last bit of product that I've got. And also then I started kind of scraping it down into the rim of the mold. Now again, this mold was handmade by me, so do check that video out if you want to know how to create your own silicone mold. I truly felt at the time it would make the most perfect trinket tray, and I was not wrong. It is beautiful. Again, I'm giving this a bit of a tap and a bit of a shimmy because the Eco Pour from Just For You online definitely doesn't self level. It doesn't always go flat. You sometimes get some peaks. So yeah, a bit of a tap and it made everything kind of go level out. So for the backing, I decided I would use all three of these colours. So we've got the Peacock, the Latte and the Zen Green by Homeware Design. And I'm going to create a marble. Now with marble, you can have it as marbled as you like, or you can just give it a quick once stir to create a more subtle marble. I decided to get it as marbly as I possibly could. Now I will say one thing, the Eco Pour definitely blends your pigments more together than I'm used to. So we haven't got a really defined marble, if that makes sense. The colours kind of blended. We've got some completely different shades going on in here. I'm not angry about it. I think it looks really pretty and oh my gosh guys, the results, it works so beautifully. Of course it would, with all of the colours that I've already put in here. Now this mould is awkward. If you saw me use this mould for the first time, you'll remember getting product down into those rims is quite tricky because the sides of the mold come up and over. So it was just a real case of lots and lots of shimmying and a shaking. I had leftover, so I poured it into a coaster and oh my goodness, check this out. I'm demolding upside down to reduce risk. Is this not the most beautifully boho, relaxing, calming, zen trinket tray you've ever seen in your life? I am so in love. Now the one thing I did forget to mention is that I do wait for that. When I lay the pattern down, I do wait a good 30 to 40 minutes before I pour the background in. So yeah, I did forget to mention that. Okay, it's time to take the stamps out, and again, like last week's video, last Wednesday's video, I'm in love. I'm in love with the way these stamps are actually embossed. I'm just in love with the entire vibe of this. I could see this on a wallpaper, I'm not even kidding. I could see this on a tote bag. I could see this on the front of a diary. This pattern, it just gives me life. I am just using a cocktail stick to help these get out. Sometimes I think I can use my nails, but they're not really my nails. Do you know what I mean? They're from Amazon. I get a lot of questions about my nails. They are from Amazon. They are stick-on nails because I am so over painting my own nails and sticking them under a UV lamp. Ugh. Anyway, I love it, guys. I love it so much. Now here is where we get radical. We got radical here. We are gonna use the rubber stamps as stamps. I know. Calm down, Claire. What are you talking about? We are now going to elevate these pieces. Well, I think we've elevated them. You might wish I stopped here, but we are now going to elevate these pieces and we are going to use the rubber stamps as actual stamps. When I said this to my patrons, they had the same response, like, wow, you're actually going to use stamps as stamps? But obviously I'm not the first person to ever try this. I know it can be done, and I just really wanted to have a go. And if you did watch the last video, I did mention it, like, I'd love to see this with stamps, you know, but I didn't have the courage at the time to go ahead and try it because I fell so in love with those coasters. I didn't want to potentially, you know, ruin them. So this is the mindset. I started this project fully committed to actually trying stamps. And that is how you sometimes have to start off. Otherwise, you just won't take the risk. But here it is without any stamps on it whatsoever. You might like it as is, but I knew I needed to try this. Oh, again, I'm using the Stays on ink. It is beautiful. The one thing I will say I struggled with is, you know, I've only got 2 stamp blocks and they did sometimes get in the way of where I wanted my stamps to go, and I definitely worked out how to get over that in Wednesday's video. You'll see in Wednesday's video I went full on Tony from Crafty by Tony. If you guys have not seen my amazing friend's channel, her channel name is Crafty by Tony. Now, I am not a mixed, am I a mixed media artist? Not like her. I'm not like her. She is the most incredible mixed media artist and she uses a lot of stamps within her work, and her work is next level amazing. And I'll be honest, if I didn't meet her years ago, like I met her when I joined YouTube, if I didn't meet her, I'm not sure I would have been introduced to the world of stamping. I think this is all down to her, that I've got trigger happy with the old stamps, and now I want every stamp, I want every ink. So I will thank Tony for my bank balance. I'm going to link Tony's channel below. If any of you guys out there really love, she doesn't do scrapbooking, she does journaling. She does a lot of junk journaling. Her art is incredible, her painting skills are stunning, and she uses a lot of Tim Holtz products. I'm going to link her below because I know you guys will love her. If you like anything about this project, then you'll love what she does. So yeah, shout out to Tony, because it was Tony who inspired me to use the stamps in a different way, and you will see that on Wednesday's video. But for now, back to my video. I couldn't stop. This is one of those where it literally is like, somebody stop me, somebody come take the stamp out of my hand. Again, I'm not angry about it. I really felt like the more I was putting on, the more layered, botanical, jungle-esque this became, and I kept falling in love with it over and over again. I did decide that the outside rim definitely needed some stamps on it as well. I did just use the one stamp, the one pattern to go around the outside edge. I didn't mix and match the leaves on this one. I'll be honest, this leaf stamp that I'm using right now for the outside edge and the fern stamp are my absolute favorites in this collection. They are stunning. Now, I've already thought about using that fern stamp on a pot. Like, imagine creating like a huge kind of plant pot with these boho colours, and then just having really bold fern stamps on the outside of that pot. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to do it. I'm not sure it's going to be a video, but it might be for my new home account. Oh, did you see what I did there? A little plug. If you are on my Facebook group or a patron, you'll already know that next year, as in 2024, I want to set up a brand new channel, a new YouTube channel all about home decor, home DIY, upcycling, renovation, decorating. Oh, dare I say it, like clean with me's. Anyway, might save it for that channel. We shall see. But I decided at this point, more is more. More is more. I know some of you might be at home like, Claire, stop, please. But I did decide that not only were there gaps on the surface that were bugging me, I felt like they needed to be filled. Now, guys, you don't always have to fill a gap, but I felt like I had to fill the gaps. I couldn't stop. I genuinely couldn't stop. Plus, I found this so relaxing, so therapeutic, that I just didn't want to stop. It was one of those projects that I was almost sad that I'd run out of room. I was sad that I'd run out of space and there's no more space to stamp. And I kind of got it, you know, like I watch Tony's videos all the time. I find them so therapeutic to watch. And I kind of got it. I was like, wow, I can see now why you would spend hours doing this. I totally got it. Now, the only problem with me is I've only got one stamp and it's black. Tony has like thousands and thousands of colours. But yes, here you are. And what I did here, I ended up doing the sides as well, because look at the sides, guys. I am so totally and utterly in love with this tray. There's no other words. I love it. It would not look out of place in the hallway as a, you know, when you just first come in your hall, into your house, into your landing, into your hall, ready for your keys. It would not look out of place in a bathroom. It would not look out of place in a relaxing Zen bedroom. It is, to me, beautiful. Now, I know I said it to my patrons, you're either going to love it or you're going to be like, meh, shouldn't have stamped it. I love that I stamped it. It was the right decision for me. So this is what it looked like before I touched it with a stamp, and this is what it looked like after. It's giving absolute relaxation, spa, zen vibes to me. Let me know what you think of it, and I hope you have enjoyed this, guys. I know I filmed this last week. This was meant to come to you on Saturday, but I couldn't speak on Saturday at all. But here we are. I hope you think it was worth the wait. Just before I go, I have to let you all know, if you're still here, thank you so much. We're nearly 19 minutes in. That's incredible. I'm still getting messages saying that I'm talking too much, but these are generally from people who've never seen me before. And all I'm doing now really is, if I get any negative comments, I'm just not responding. If they're really negative, I'm gonna block. But I'm really happy that most of you are still happy for me to talk through my process and talk through the videos. So big massive appreciation for you all for allowing me to just be and do things as I like to do them. The other thing to mention is I had more leftovers. I made a candle holder. Check it out, so cute. That's also a mold I made myself on a previous video. The coaster is I'm not feeling the coaster, and that's mainly because there's not much colour in there. I used the leftover marble, and the leaf is just too big. It's not central, but you know what? It's okay. This is all experimental. Never tried this kind of stuff before, and I'm still really happy. So thank you again for being here. Wednesday's video, we're taking this up a notch. We are taking this up a big big notch, and it's going to be a huge one. And then Thursday is an extra video. It's not really a video, I'm actually going live. So YouTube have introduced a new feature where we can go live together. They never had that feature before, but because Facebook do it and TikTok do it, YouTube never did. So they're sitting in their office like, guys, we need to get on this. And now we can go live together with another channel, which is great. So this Thursday, 7 p.m. UK time, put it in your diaries. I think it's the 23rd of February. Wendy over at Toonpish Crafts, you all know her, and myself, we're going to get on a live together. We're going to test out this new feature just for fun. It's not a collaboration as such. It's just us having a cup of tea, having a little casual chat, and yeah, catching up with the world and catching up with you guys. So if you want to join us on Thursday at 7 p.m, I think it's going to go through my channel and through Wendy's channel, but again, we don't really understand the tech. Hey, if we're there, we're there. If we're not, sorry. I'll work it out for next time. But yes, if you are free on Thursday, 7 p.m, come join us for a bit of a cuppa, bit of a chat. Bring any questions you might have as well. I know I've done a Q&A, but if you have any other questions, bring them with you. In the meantime, I will see you all again here on Wednesday at 6 o'clock for the next video. I appreciate you all so much. Bye.